working with financial advisors. Hi, I'm Bill Stanczykiewicz. This is the first day from the Fundraising School, and I'm joined by one of our talented faculty members, Michele Dole. Michele is a senior vice president with Key Bank, and just want to state clearly that when Michele teaches for us at the Fundraising School, including through this podcast, she is teaching from her perspective and her expertise, and not necessarily the views of Key Bank. And Michele, what a delight to be back with you and have you back again on the Fundraising Schools podcast.
Wonderful to be with you, Bill. Thank you.
And I just have to say to our audience, you were already on the faculty when I arrived. I've been with the Fundraising School more than a decade now. And, the Fundraising School is a very strong operation when I arrived, and you're a key reason why. So thank you for all the teaching that you do for us.
Thanks, Bill. It's really been a highlight of my life to interact with so many amazing students and especially be a coach with them along the way as they're advancing amazing charitable missions throughout our country.
Now, some of our participants, they come from the private sector before they come into the nonprofit sector, but most of them don't. And there's always this question, like, who are these financial advisors? Who are these wealth advisors? Who are these folks who are working with my donors and giving them advice? And so we thought we would have Michele on to just help us take a peek behind that curtain to understand your work. So, how did you get into this work? What type of training did you have? And what do those interactions look like as you work with, your clients, your customers, and for fundraisers, their donors?
Well, it's a great question, Bill. I've had such an interesting background, as anyone who's taken my class knows. I've had a career in philanthropy as a fundraiser, been CEO of a hospital foundation, worked for the illustrious IU Foundation, and then made a transition into financial services. And really, it was just a phone call that occurred. And I said yes. And of course, that takes a lot of training to get to that point. Just like fundraisers, there's so much continuing ed, but I also took the leap and sat for the certified financial planner exam after the required coursework. And that, I would say, was really a wonderful training for me in being a financial advisor, along with, of course, over the course of my career, earning my securities licenses that were required at periods of time as well.
So when you are studying for the certified financial planners certification, what are the types of things that they're teaching you? What are those types of skills that you're learning that you then have to demonstrate to, first earn and then maintain that certification?
Oh, it's a great question. It's very, very intense, and it covers investments, insurance, the principles of financial planning, taxes, both personal income tax and some business tax, retirement planning, and then legacy planning like estate planning and charitable planning. It's a lot.
Yeah. And, with that last point, obviously legacy planning, a lot of times that intersects with philanthropy. And you did mention some charity planning, but really heavy on the financials and on the taxes and on insurance and things of that nature. And we're absolutely delighted that Michele's role as a faculty member is expanding for us as we are launching through the Indiana University Lilly Family School of Philanthropy, which houses the Fundraising School. The School of Philanthropy is launching a new course that, the shorthand is Philanthropy for Advisors, because they have all of this technical expertise, all of this wonderful background, wisdom, people skills, all the things that go into it, but maybe not a large amount of preparation and planning in philanthropy so that they can help their clients and their customers in that way. And so, Michele, thank you for instructing in that new course for us. We're very excited. When you're in financial planning, wealth advising, wealth estate attorneys who work with folks, what do those conversations look like with philanthropy? Is it the first thing a client brings up? Is it not until later? You mentioned it in the context of legacy. How does that just fit into this bigger financial picture that you're talking about?
It's a great question, Bill. Every client's different. And I have found that many of your donors out there work with a financial advisor for the same reason any of us want a trusted guide. It's when they want expert, up-to-date advice. And that is somebody who understands their financial situation and can help them make decisions. And it's not precluded by their level of wealth. I want to be very clear on that. And advisors, financial advisors, are very helpful at really any stage of someone's life, from building wealth to retirement to their ultimate legacy. And along the way, that always includes philanthropy for someone who is philanthropically inclined. It's really one of the great joys of my professional career, because I have such a passion for philanthropy, is to especially help our clients who have missions that they love make the best gift possible to advance that mission.
And as they're speaking with you about philanthropy, and again, I know you have a wide range of clients, every client is different, and I certainly respect that. But if you had to kind of give us, kind of some general trends, does the client bring up philanthropy in terms of, help me know what causes to support, help me know where to direct, which nonprofits should be receiving my charitable giving? Or is it more of, how does this fit into my overall plan? What are the tax implications and, some of those financial nitty gritty details? Michele, what do you see when you're interacting with these wonderful folks?
Well, it's really varies. I would say on the main, it's been my experience that our clients know what they love and what they're passionate about with respect to a philanthropic mission. And it may be even as broad as, I love conservation. What do you know about conservation philanthropy, Michele? But I would say for the majority of our clients, they know the organizations they love, but they want to understand how to make the best gift in the best possible way. And it's not always just about being tax efficient, but it's also about making an effective gift that really accomplishes sometimes a lot of goals at once.
Couple of things I want to unpack there. First of all, hey, Michele, what do you know about fill in the blank cause? If it happens to be not one of your philanthropic priorities and motivations, where do you go for that information?
It's a great question. Well, I've been fortunate to have been doing this a long time. So I have a wonderful network where I might reach out to someone. And I have actually esteemed colleagues in the philanthropy space and said, what do you know about this organization? Or can you tell me more about some of the key leadership organizations within this philanthropic space? And so I would say, I as using an old term of phrase, I've got a pretty deep Rolodex with respect to helping my clients make a great connection there.
Oh, I'm so glad you use that word Rolodex, Michele. When I teach undergrads, I get the blank stare. I actually had one time they said, Rolo, that's the chocolate with the caramel in the middle. No, I think that is the Rolo, but not the Rolodex. Sorry. So yeah, thanks for going old school with that. So yeah, you have this opportunity to do some exploring when asked on behalf of your clients. What about the vehicle? What about the source? I mean, you talked about, having an impactful gift, but also, financially efficient and tax efficient. And where my mind goes are things like, should I give out of my DAF? Do I need to have my required disbursement out of my 401k or my inherited 401k, for example? And there's going to be a tax implication. Is that the type of conversation that's happening as well? That maybe the dollar amount's established, but now where is it coming from and at what time?
That's actually something I talk with almost every client about, because you have to remember, as the financial advisor, we have the comprehensive view of the client. We know their assets, their income, their debts. We know what's on their financial landscape. Are they going to be selling a business? Is this a high income earning year? So we have that top level view, but then that drills down further into, okay, I'd like to make this transformational gift to the Girl Scouts. How should I do that? Or I'm thinking about this way. What do you think? Or I got a gift proposal from the major gift officer. Can you take a look at it? And what I want to be clear about is we're not gatekeepers with respect to a donor's philanthropy. Most of the time we're saying, yes, do it. Let us help you, though, do it with the right assets and through the right vehicle.
That is such an important distinction, that you're not the gatekeeper. I want to know, are you and your colleagues encouragers? And if the answer is no, I know you'll tell me this. I don't mean to catch you off guard, but I wonder, as you just described how you get this personal, deep understanding of each and every person and how their big picture, complex financial resources all fit into who they are as people. Do you ever have a time where you say, have you considered philanthropy? Have you considered making a charitable gift? It's good in and of itself, and it helps with this aspect of your financial plan. Or is that a line maybe you don't cross? Help us understand your work there. I'm just very curious.
Well, actually, Bill, it's my job to understand everything. I never really hold back with respect to those questions. And you know me, you know my passion for philanthropy. I'm always asking that question and encouraging philanthropy. And I think it's part of my job to ask that question because we are an extension of someone's overall, financial support. And so we want to make sure that we understand their hopes, their dreams, their goals. Whether philanthropy is a small part of that or a large part of that, we want to be here to help.
Michele Dole is a faculty member of the Fundraising School, and her responsibilities expanding now at the Indiana University Lilly Family School of Philanthropy as we launch a new course for financial advisors, wealth estate attorneys who are looking for more formal understanding of philanthropy in the philanthropic sector. And Michele's a lead faculty for us in that course. And for those of you in this audience, maybe it's a board member who you have, or maybe it's a donor who you have. If you want to spread the word to those financial planners and financial advisors in your Rolodexes, we'd appreciate you sending that word along, and information is available on the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy website. Michele, one thing that comes up, and you hear this when you teach for us at the Fundraising School, fundraisers say, well, should I get to know the financial advisor? Should I get to know the financial planner? Should I invite the wealth estate attorney when I'm setting up my meeting with the donor? What advice do you have for fundraisers in terms of intersecting with you and your colleagues in your industry when they think about fundraising from their donors?
Well, Bill, I've sat on both sides of that aisle.
Yeah.
I've been a professional fundraiser and I'm currently a financial advisor. And when a fundraiser wants to reach out with the donor's financial advisor, my advice, and my students have all heard me say this, is the first step is always ask the donor's permission to do so. But once that's in place, share a full gift proposal with the advisor. It can be incredibly helpful. As I said, we have a full picture of the donor's financial world. Do they have other charitable pledges on their desk? And maybe how this gift might work into some broader goals and plans. But as I said, remember, we're not a gatekeeper. I want to be very clear about that. And often we do say this is a great year to give. But it's been my experience when the fundraiser and the advisor works together, the donor ends up with an amazing gift for a mission they love that's also financially smart.
Fits into that overall plan. And again, you make that important point that you're not the gatekeeper. Do fundraisers reach out to you? We hear this sometimes in class. Hey, I have a breakfast at our nonprofit, twice a year, and we invite all the financial planners from all the banks and all the institutions. I'm sure you get a lot of invitations like that. Does that work? As a nonprofit, should I be spending my time and resource on that? Or since you're not a gatekeeper, am I really not having too much progress with that type of a strategy? What do you think?
I talk about this a lot in the plan giving course that I teach, Bill. I think it's not only important because we're not gatekeepers, but to build a further network of people who know you and start to build trust and credibility with you. But also from time to time as a fundraiser, you're asked, who's a great financial advisor? Who's a great estate planning attorney? And then to me, the ultimate is, as a fundraiser, you have an opportunity to educate these pillars of your community oftentimes about your very important mission and what you're doing within your community. And so I think there are many ways that it's advantageous for fundraisers to ensure that they know who the credible professionals are in their community and take a moment to educate them about your very important mission.
As we also are going to take a moment to help financial planners be educated more about philanthropy and the philanthropic sector. And I'll tell you what, Michele Dole, the people who come to the fundraising school, 80% raise more money when they implement what we teach them. And in this podcast, people see why. The quality of our faculty, your expertise, your wisdom, your calming encouragement, all of it so helpful for us here today. And again, to emphasize, all the comments today based on Michelle's expertise and her perspective, not necessarily those where she serves as Senior Vice President at Key Bank. Michele Dole, thanks for being with us once again on the Fundraising Schools podcast.
My pleasure. Thanks so much, Bill.
We'll see you soon in the classroom, and all of our audience here, 27 public courses, some of them taught by Michele. And I know what's going to happen. You're going to say, when's Michele teaching? I'm going to go to that class. We present the class, not the instructor, because we have a wonderful, huge faculty, and they're all great. 27 courses leading to 5 different certificates, customized training on a wide range of topics. We can tailor, make, and design a course just for your nonprofit, or maybe it's your association, maybe it's your geography, like your county, whatever the case might be. We can design that for you in person in the United States, online anywhere around the world. And our public courses were in person in more than 10 U.S. cities. We have our quarterly webinars. We have this weekly podcast. And of course, all of our knowledge gathered in Achieving Excellence in Fundraising, the book now out in its 5th edition. The website, go.iu.edu/TFRS for the Fundraising School. Grateful to our guest, Michele Dole, and our producers today, Mike Anthony and Jennifer Boffman. I'm Bill Stanczykiewicz, and now you are now more fully informed on this first day from the Fundraising School.